Hey SaberDog fans, welcome back to Corbett Field as the SaberDogs, after a one-game road trip to Pierre in an 18-0 victory to get to 7 straight wins over the Pierre Trappers, the SaberDogs are entering tonight in first place in the Expedition League so far this summer, and we're back in the Route 2 rivalry against the Red River Pilots. But before we get to tonight's matchup, let's go ahead and break down the first 2 weeks and the first dozen games of the season by the numbers. Now the SaberDogs pitchers have been seemingly untouchable so far this season, as Jacob Wesselman, after earning his 3rd win on the summer last night in Pierre, leads the SaberDogs with 29 strikeouts through 21 innings pitched. He's followed by Reed Butts with 22 and Thomas Gutierrez with 20 Ks. The SaberDogs have an average ERA of 1.29 earned runs a game, and opposing batters can only hit a collective batting average of 171 against the Souris Valley staff. Now, to complement the dominant pitching, the SaberDogs have erupted recently with the bats, holding a team batting average of .379 currently. Hunter Delanoy, whose batting average is a team high of .464, leads the SaberDogs, and other dogs with averages surpassing .400 include Seth Delgado, Dustin Mertz, Ben Neubert, and Luis Pelayo. Now, Chris Monroe so far has stood out as one of the premier power hitters of the Expedition League. Diesel has smacked a team-high 5 home runs through his first 12 games as a SaberDog and also leads the team with 21 RBIs. Ben Neubert and Jake Barlow also have 3 home runs apiece, and Luis Pelayo and Alex Crouch each have 2. And as you can see it now, through the first 2 weeks, the SaberDogs hold a firm grip on the league's first place standing with an 11-1 record. They're followed by the North Iowa Ragin' Roosters in second place with a 4-6 overall record. In third place are the Red River Pilots at 3-6, and in fourth are the Pierre Trappers, currently 4-9 on the summer. So that's where we're sitting at currently, 11-1. It has been a fantastic start for the SaberDogs season, and we are once again going to be welcoming back the Red River Pilots to Corbett Field tonight. And the Pilots have played the SaberDogs tougher and tougher the longer they've played, but after a bit of a week off there, it's going to be a very interesting matchup. Jordan Ewig's back on the mound. Marco Ozuna may or may not be making his debut for the boys in the powder blue tonight, and we're hoping that the same success for the bats of the past couple of weeks will carry over tonight in the Magic City.
Hi, good evening, everybody. It's Friday night in Minot, a.k.a. the Magic City, and we're hoping to see some magic here for your first place Souris Valley SaberDogs on an absolute roll. And now the last time these two teams met was June 2nd, the Souris Valley SaberDogs and the Red River Pilots. It was the SaberDogs picking up a close, come-from-behind 8-4 victory at Kraft Stadium in Grand Forks, but since then, the SaberDogs have struck fire. The first 3-game series after that away one against Red River, 62-3. The SaberDogs outscored the Pierre Trappers in that series here at Corbett Field, and they got the day off this past Monday. And what followed, Pierre was able to finally get backed up on some good pitching, but it wasn't enough to silence the SaberDogs as they went on to win their next 3 and extend to what is now the highest winning streak on the summer so far, a 5-2 win this past Tuesday over Pierre, and then on Wednesday, 7-0 victory over Pierre here at Corbett Field, and then last night, 18-0 victory at Hyde Stadium over the Pierre Trappers. Chris Monroe stood out with a big 3-run blast for a big home run. Luis Pelayo went 4 for 5. That was an incredible day for him, though he's out of the lineup. Alex Crouch did go 3 for 4 at the plate, and Ben Neubert 2 for 3, driving in 4 runs. And, of course, all reliable, the ace himself, Jacob Wesselman, got his 3rd win on the summer to lead the pitching. As you mentioned me talk about him in the Dogs Daily pregame show. Added 12 strikeouts to his total, only walked 1, and gave up just 2 hits. So Wesselman now 3-0, as you heard, 29 strikeouts through 21 innings of pitching for him. So far, the SaberDogs have shined on both sides of the field, both out in the field and at the plate. However, tonight's matchup is going to be very interesting. They're facing a big, tall right-hander who can get a fastball up in the lower 90s, and it's the only person so far that's been able to hold these Souris Valley Sabre Dogs to less than 5 runs. It was 2, and it was enough to hold on to a 5-2 victory in the only blemish so far in the Souris Valley season. Their starting pitcher, Nate Scott, is going back at it again tonight, and this will be his second appearance and his second time facing the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. So safe to say Scott was able to keep the hitters off balanced. Souris Valley is looking for better success here in their home field, and they're going to be going against a right-hander of their own who has been able to hold other batters at bay as well. It's going to be Jordan Ewig, the big pitcher out of the NCAA D2 level of Rogers State University. We'll take a look at his numbers coming up next, plus Nate Scott's. It's going to be a great matchup. We're going to let Jacob Fletcher, our very own PA announcer, send the Sabre Dogs out into the field. We'll follow it up with the national anthem, and then we will be right back for our first pitch back in the Route 2 rivalry here in the Magic City. I'm Mitch Kieran with you all night, bringing you 9 innings of action here from Corbett Field of your Souris Valley Sabre Dogs and the Red River Pilots. Back after this on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. And welcome back to the Magic City, bringing you now the Red River starting 9, brought to you by Magic City Suites. Leading off, Caleb Whitley out of center field. Batting second at short, Jack Walton. Batting third, Jason Willers, the catcher. The cleanup batter and the top batter so far for the Pilots, Jalen Lee, number 29. Batting fifth, Tyler Wiltshire at third base. Batting sixth in left field, Joey Hayden. Batting seventh and right, Carter Payne. Batting eighth, the DH. For Nate Scott, the starting pitcher tonight, Aidan Mcgee. And batting ninth, number 2, Jared Kirkman. And now let's once again reintroduce to you tonight's starting pitcher out of Rogers State, the 6'3" right-hander, Jordan Ewig. The second most innings pitched thus far on the summer with 13. He's won both of his starts, making his third start and fourth appearance here tonight. So far in the summer, he's struck out 14, walking just 2, has an ERA of 1.38, and opponents are hitting just 143 against him. So in the opening series, it took a while for the Pilots to get things going offensively. They started off with a 9-0 defeat in the very first game on the summer. But already, this is going to be the 7th matchup between Red River and Souris Valley. The Sabre Dogs holding a 5-1 record in this Route 2 rivalry between the Sabre Dogs of Minot and the Pilots of Grand Forks. Jordan Ewig with the first pitch from the stretch. Swung on and fouled straight back, and we've taken flight from Corbett Field. Mostly cloudy here tonight at the first pitch. We're sitting at a comfortable 75 degrees. Might be looking at some light rain here the next hour. Second pitch, rifling a fastball in there, taken for strike 2. On the batter, Caleb Whitley. And Ewig's wasting a little time, quickly resetting. Third pitch, rope back up the middle. It's going to be a leadoff single on a crisp line drive into center with 2 strikes. And Caleb Whitley, with a good approach, stays with that one. A fastball at the letters, and he has no problem getting on plane with it. A nice stroke that bounces off the Corbett Field logo in center. So after the leadoff single, we go now to Jack Walton. A left-handed batter, the shortstop out of Texas, and he's finding himself a common stay at the top of the order for Red River, batting second tonight behind Whitley. He'll take a first pitch curveball for strike 1. A freshman out of the Colorado School of Mines, got 3 hits in 10 at-bats, and this time he'll foul it straight back and out of play for strike 2. Walton, a 3-time letter winner, playing baseball at Prestonwood Christian Academy in Texas. And as I mentioned, Pilots relying on him to try to get on base in early, usually batting leadoff or here tonight in the 2-hole. And the pitch hit the other way on a line into left field. Cody Muncie fields it, but a hit and run, and it pays off. Back-to-back line drive hits for the Pilots. And they're getting things started early offensively. No problem hitting with 2 strikes, as already 2 knocks. 2 clean hits, having to battle back. So now Jordan Ewig still looking for his first out here with runners on first and second. He's being challenged early here tonight. We'll move right along to Jason Willers. Another top bat for the Pilots. 3rd in average. Forgot to mention Caleb Whitley and him, both with 6 base hits and 17 at-bats. So Whitley on second, Willers at the plate, both hitting .353 on the summer. Or tie for second for the man on deck. Here's the first pitch. Hit in the air the other way. Monroe hustles, but can't help but watch it as it sails out of play. Foul. So again, these Pilots not to be taken lightly. They're starting to get their footing underneath them as this season is carried on. Offensively, Ewig with an 0-1 following the foul ball. Fires to Willers. Swung on, gets him inside. And he'll just get a piece of it fouled straight back to the backstop for strike 2. So Willers to accompany the .353 average. Also got 2 doubles and 2 runs batted in. He was the top hitter this past spring for Morningside as a true freshman for the Mustangs. He batted .355, 5 home runs, and 53 runs batted in. Some great numbers on a 32-17 Morningside team. This one's grounded to Willman to second. Barlow to first in time and double play. 2 will be retired as Whitley heads to third. And it's a big at-bat now between Jordan Ewig and the top bat on this Pilots team, Jalen Lee. So finally 0-2 pays off. They get a ball on the ground. Cam Willman and Jake Barlow make that one look easy for the double play. But Ewig's got to battle hard for his third here against Jalen Lee, as he hits this one high and trending towards right field. Looked good off the bat, but no problem for Hunter Delanoy as he makes the grab, and they will leave 1 runner stranded. The first run of the game just 90 feet away for Red River. We're scoreless heading to the bottom of the first. And let's see if the Sabre Dogs can get another hot start here at Corbett Fields. We'll be right back for more Sabre Dogs baseball.
With a stay at Minot's Comfort Inn and Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete with great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn and Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs.
We all protect what we love. It's instinct. We do everything we can to keep our loved ones safe, and they do everything to keep us safe. Seatbelts save lives. It's an indisputable fact, and buckling up is something we all can do.
Buckle up, Dad.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up. Every trip, every time. Brought to you by the North Dakota Department of Transportation through Vision Zero.
Back in the Magic City, feeding you now the Sabre Dogs starting nine, brought to you by Magic City Hoagies. Luis Pelayo leads off, batting second Hunter Delanoy, batting third Ben Neubert, batting cleanup Chris Monroe, batting fifth Jake Barlow, batting sixth Jason Cruz, the seven hitter tonight Cody Muncie, batting eighth Seth Delgado, and rounding out the lineup hitting ninth, the second leadoff man, Cameron Willman. And last time the Sabre Dogs had their hands full with the man on the mound, warming up for the Pilots, Nate Scott, a right-handed pitcher, a freshman out of Galveston College, where he made just one start this spring. He got the W and didn't yield any earned runs. And he's making his second start of the summer here tonight, and he is the one pitcher with a win over the Sabre Dogs so far. In his first start, he threw 6 in a third innings, gave up 5 hits, just 1 earned run, walked 3 batters, and only struck out 2. Just keeping them off balance, getting a lot of batters to bat themselves out with warning track power at Kraft Stadium. See if the Sabre Dogs can get things going here against Scott, who offers a first pitch curveball up in the zone, called for ball 1. Pelayo coming off a fantastic night hitting. A guy doing his job in the leadoff role. He'll take a hack at this second pitch, just getting a piece of it. Scott with a fastball sitting right at around 90 miles per hour. Pelayo 4 for 5 last night at Hyde Stadium in Pierre. A 1-1 count for Pelayo. And the pitch. High and away for ball 2. Pelayo voted second-team All-Conference this past spring, a 3-time All-American. Helped the Drovers of Science and Arts make another trip to the NAIA Baseball National Championship opening round, making it in Shreveport. Ball 3 will be a pass one past Willers. Nothing hurt with nobody on base. This is the first hitter on the night for Souris Valley in the bottom of this first inning. Nobody on base, the 3-1. Pelayo chases upstairs on a fastball. Swing and a miss. 4, strike 2. Pelayo got a battle up here. Just swinging at a pitch. What would have been ball 4. Scott has the connection from Willers. Shading inside. And Pelayo going to be sat down for strike 3 on a fastball. Up and in the zone. But it's executed perfectly, and already Scott has his first strikeout on the night. We'll move right along to Hunter Delanoy, the active career leader for Wayne State's batting average. Over his career as a Warrior, batting .357. And you could judge him as a great hitter by his batting average. He's leading the Sabre Dogs too as he hits this one high and deep to the gap in right center. It's down. It's going to be extra bases. One hop off the fence, and Delanoy races into second. A stand-up double on the first pitch of the at-bat. Another batter that you just cannot feed anything in his wheelhouse. Middle in, and he will turn on it with ease. So now the Sabre Dogs with their first knock of the night. Delanoy standing across the diamond from Ben Neubert. Neubert looking for another big night. One of 5 SaberDog hitters with a batting average over 400, but goes chasing on a curveball outside the zone for strike 1. Again, Neubert last night 2 for 3, 4 runs batted in, had a double. Looking for his pitch to hit here. He could settle back in. 0-1 count. Nothing too threatening yet. And he ropes this one into left. A line drive from Benny Blass. And Delanoy is going to be held up at third as the throw will go all the way to Willers at the plate. And I almost forgot how stout this Red River defense is. Joey Hayden already has chucked out one SaberDog base runner at the plate in the 4th matchup here at Corbett Field in the opening series. And he's showing off the cannon again, hitting Willers on a rope. But the 1-out single now leaves runners at the corners for Chris Monroe. Scott from the stretch. First pitch ground down the line. It's fair, and it's into left field. Neubert's going to round second, and Monroe is heading to that bag. The throw, not in time. An RBI double for Diesel. That's all he needed. He hit it hard enough on the ground, and he gets 2. Delanoy scores easily, and Neubert gets on his horse all the way to third. But Hayden thought he had a better shot throwing Monroe out at second, but the big man can hustle. And that's the 5th run batted in for Chris Monroe in the past 2 games, and we're just getting started. With 1 down, 2 ducks on the pond for Jake Barlow. It's a 1-0 game for Souris Valley. First pitch to Barlow. Curveball, and he takes a hack at it. Fouling it up and over the backstop. Jake Barlow, another guy that's just continuing to stack good game after good game this summer. 2 for 4 last night. 1 run batted in, also doubled. The 0-1 to Barlow. Big swing and a miss. That curveball catches him out in front and coming up empty-handed. Jake Barlow now again batted himself out a lot in the first few games, but over the past few, he has built his average up to 375, and he's tied with Neubert for second on the team in home runs with 3. He'll get another curveball. This time he'll keep the bat on the shoulder for ball 1. And something that also shouldn't be overlooked is Jake Barlow's defense. He has made a lot of plays that I haven't seen a lot of infielders make at second so far this summer. It's a 1-2 count. Willers shading inside again. They go hard in, and Barlow strokes this one towards the gap in right center. Neubert heading to the plates, and it's going to be a sacrifice fly. Jake Barlow gets the job done. 2-0. With that, we now go to Dason Cruz, another guy that's starting to get in a rhythm here at the plate. Monroe will be held up at second base. Did not advance on the throw. And we got 2 down. Dason Cruz started to have some better games there against Pierre here at Corbett Field. Got the day off last night. And he'll get a first pitch on the outer half called for strike 1 now. I would definitely say our 4 through 6 batters collectively saw some shades, or some shifts in the defense, rather. 0-1, and this would be a fastball spiked into the turf and to the backstop. A wild pitch, and Monroe will take third on it. So now Dason Cruz, with 2 down, is looking for some green out there in the field. Souris Valley has commonly had no problem putting up 3 runs at the bottom of the first. They've done it multiple times so far this summer. And Cruz will rope this one right at Jalen Lee, waiting for the hot shot grounder. And that is where the SaberDogs will leave it in the first, but not before they scrap for 2 runs over Nate Scott's after their first 3 outs. Top of the second coming up. Scoreboard reads Souris Valley 2, Red River nothing on your home for SaberDogs baseball.
Minot's Comfort Inn and Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete with great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn and Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs.
5-6-7 coming up for Jordan Ewig, who was able to battle out of a jam in the first. Was able to get up in the count to both Caleb Whitley and Jack Walton, who both with 2 strikes were able to find good pitches to hit for a pair of singles. But they left Whitley stranded on third to end the first. So Ewig already keeping that goose egg up after a frame, but it's going to be a tough night from the looks of it. He's got the beer batter at the plate, Tyler Wiltshire. Again, beer batting rules are simple. It's going to be the Sabre Dog fans' favorite hitter of the night. But not sure the intentions, you could say they're good. They are cheering for him after all, but should Wiltshire strike out, it will be half-price beer for the rest of the inning. It's a 1-1 count currently, and it's a fastball in the black, but they're going to stay just a couple inches outside for ball 2. So Wiltshire, very familiar here at Corbett Fields, a Minot State Beaver. In the NSIC, he batted .259 with 7 extra base hits, gets a check swing, and home plate doesn't need an appeal. He goes around for strike 2. A 2-2 count for Wiltshire. He's been an effective defender, a .231 hitter for Red River, but he watches. Strike 3, go right by. Ewig blows the heater by for half-price beer for the rest of the second. Once again, not a bad turn now, but for those of you watching at home, I do want to say thanks for tuning in to the broadcast. But again, we got an airport here in Minot. No matter where you're watching from, nothing quite beats baseball on a Friday night at Corbett Field. These cameras don't do it justice. As Joey Hayden shows a bunt but pulls back on a called strike 1. Another guy has been excellent defensively. He was a .270 batter for William Jessup in the spring. And Ewig fools another batter on the defensive check swing. And Hayden goes around on it. The 0-2. Fastball. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, out number 2. Jordan Ewig already making much quicker work of the pilot bats here in the second, throwing just 8 pitches, and already he's got 2 down, base is still empty. Carter Payne, the batter, stepping in as the 7th hitter in the order, a teammate of the guy who led things off, Tyler Wiltshire, another Minot State Beaver, another guy very familiar here with the hitter's park known as Corbett Field. The 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. On a curveball, strike 2, Ewig already looking for his third. Can he strike out the side? Payne, 2 for 7 so far in the summer, so he's batting .286. That slider will run off the plates for ball 1. Payne also scoring 6 runs, drawing 6 walks. He's got an on-base over 1,000, swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Ewig strikes at the side in the second. So now the Sabre Dogs are rolling after a 12-pitch inning from Ewig. And they got a 2-run lead heading into the bottom of the second. Sabre Dogs coming up to bat next on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
We all protect what we love. It's instinct. We do everything we can to keep our loved ones safe, and they do everything to keep us safe. Seatbelts save lives. It's an indisputable fact, and buckling up is something we all can do.
Buckle up, Dad.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up. Every trip, every time. Brought to you by the North Dakota Department of Transportation through Vision Zero.
Welcome back to the Magic City. Nate Scott out there warming up with some tenacity on these pitches in the bottom of the seconds. He's got the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9, due up for Souris Valley. But again, as I said in the past, no weak spot in this Souris Valley lineup. 1 through 9. Coach Kieran has some effective hitters, including this man, Cody Muncie, all KCAC, all conference, along with his teammate from Oklahoma Wesleyan standing on deck. Muncie will take a first pitch fastball called strike one. Del Scott throwing just a little bit harder. A little frustrated. The Sabre Dogs able to get 2 off of him quickly in this one after he held them to just 1 through 6 at Kraft on the second. The 1-1 pitch to Muncie, and this one will ride outside for ball 2. So again, Nate Scott throwing with plenty of confidence against these Souris Valley hitters, and he's already gotten the job done once. Picking up a W. Muncie cranks this one, but caught at the fence. What a grab by Joey Hayden. That ball was cranked deep to left field. It looked great off the bat for Muncie. But you got to just tip your cap to that one. Joey Hayden over the shoulder, and he falls back first into the fence. A truly remarkable play, and another remarkable play as this Red River defense just continues to take hits away from the Sabre Dogs. We'll move right along to Seth Delgado watching a first pitch strike go by. Nate Scott starting him off with some junk early. Plenty of first pitches as Delgado hits this one foul, high. Wiltshire gave solid chase trying to track that one down in front of the fence. But with one down now, Seth Delgado got to battle back here. Delgado actually just second on the team in batting average with .438 behind Delanoy. Here's the 0-2. Fastball well outside, taken for ball 1. Delgado able to hit his first home run in the 21-3 victory over Pierre back on Saturday. Also has driven in 9 runs apart from that one. This one grounded towards Wiltshire, makes another great grab. The flash of the leather, and delivers a strike to Jalen Lee across the diamond for out number 2. So again, you got to give Coach Hallam and his crew plenty of credits. They play a very clean game defensively. Already 2 great plays by the left fielder and third baseman on 2 well-hit balls from the Sabre Dogs. It'll be first pitch ball offered to Cameron Willman. And here's the second. Big swing and a miss from Willman for strike 1. Now, Willman battled some injuries this past spring, but he was able to find himself often near the top of the order for the New Mexico Lobos, Division I. So when you got a Division I leadoff man as your 9-hitter, you can tell you're pretty stacked. Another swing and a miss. Scott catches him out in front on the curveball. The hammer so far working for Scott. Willman trying to battle up here and protect with 2. The 1-2 pitch now goes hard outside with a fastball for ball 2. That thing looked like 90 plus from up here. So Scott definitely has some good pitches. The 2-2 goes back with a fastball, and Willman will get around this one, just slap it away for a foul. And he'll stay alive. Cam Willman still just waiting for him to find some holes. All it takes is one, and then we'll finally get to see just what he's capable of. We've already seen flashes of what Willman's capable of, both offensively and in the middle infields. He's still a very talented player. You just got to look past the 190 average. Again, with plenty of these players still rolling in, still trying to get used to live pitching after a few weeks off and hitting with wood. Might take time for most. At least it should. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. And after the 2 spot in the first, Nate Scott retires the Sabre Dogs 1-2-3 on 15 pitches. Top of the third coming up at still Souris Valley 3, Red River nothing on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
We all protect what we love. It's instinct. We do everything we can to keep our loved ones safe, and they do everything to keep us safe. Seatbelts save lives. It's an indisputable fact, and buckling up is something we all can do.
Buckle up, Dad.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up. Every trip, every time. Brought to you by the North Dakota Department of Transportation through Vision Zero.
And now, once again, I've said this time and time before, there is plenty of room for fun for the whole family here at Corbett Fields. Definitely helps when the team's playing great. For the league best 11-1 Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. But, of course, if you got the kids, they'll love the car races after the second inning. There's our very own Ty Barrett also helping out another driver. But I think the young gal is going to take second again, so we definitely appreciate the help from Ty, but every time he's had to push the car, it's always just too little too late. Daniel Tomkowitz helping the winning driver off the field. Ewig is set and ready to begin the top of the third inning here. 8-9, top of the order, due up for the Pilots as Aidan Mcgee, the DH, will step in. Plenty of dual players to note for these Red River Pilots. Mcgee is one of them. He made the third start of the summer against Souris Valley. Also seen Joshua Simon, Jalen Lee, and plenty of other Red River players, both on the mound and in the box. It's currently 1-1 to Mcgee. A young player who was a phenomenal pitcher for Waukee down in Iowa, leading them to a state tournament appearance. Strike 2 gets called on the outer half of the plate. And Ewig wasting little time. 1-2. That ball will sail into the other box. So Mcgee, 0 for 3 so far. Still trying to find his first knock on the summer. That one shot well out of play. At least he caught a barrel. Just a little behind it. Count remains at 2-2. And your Souris Valley Sabre Dogs will be planted firmly here at Corbett Field for the next 4 days. The 2-2 pitch. And that'll be ball 3 missing. So that means tonight, of course, obviously, starting at 6:35. Then tomorrow, same start time. First pitch at 6:35 against the Pilots. As another foul ball fended off by Aidan Mcgee. Quite a battle here between him and Ewig. On Sunday, it'll be a 5:35 first pitch on the Route 2 rivalry, and it'll wrap up at 6:35 on Monday. The payoff. Curveball just missing inside. It looked good, but it missed in. I don't know if Coach Kieran saw that, but and Delgado relays that, yeah, just slightly inside. So could have gone either way, but I could definitely see that missing inside. It's a walk for Mcgee to lead things off here for Red River in the third. Jared Kirkman, the batter, will show bunt and pull back on strike 1. So we've already seen the Trappers and the Pilots for a handful of matchups each. We will finally see the North Iowa Ragin' Roosters this coming Tuesday. It'll be a pretty healthy road trip for the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. They've only played 3 games on the road so far this summer. Here's the 1-1 from Ewig. High and inside. Kirkman will give us slight movements to get ball 2. Once again, you can check out that full schedule at SourisValleySaberDogs.com. We'll get that schedule for you coming up here. 2-1, swung on, and grounded through the hole into left. Following up the walk with a sharp grounder through the 5-6 gap. It's a single and the third hit of the game for the Pilots. Men on first and second, nobody out for Caleb Whitley now stepping in. Another one of these top Pilot batters. 353 average. Ewig gets his pitch from Delgado. And he fires. A bunt. And it's back to Ewig. He will just go to first. And both runners will advance. It's a sacrifice bunt done beautifully by Whitley. So the 1-3 to put away Whitley, but he gets the job done. Now it's up to Jack Walton. One down, two ducks on the pond. Men on second and third. See if Coach Hollum has more fundamentals up his sleeve or if he's going to give Walton the green light. Try to bring him home. He's already 1 for 1. Here's the first pitch. Fastball taken right down Broadway for strike one. So it will be a 3-game stretch at Bancroft Memorial Park. Tuesday through Thursday, the 14th through the 16th, it'll be the Sabre Dogs at the Roosters. The 0-1. This one cranked high towards the gap in left center. Muncie will call off Pelayo, and he will come up throwing to third. Willman with the big leap to cut it off for out number 2. But it's a sacrifice fly, and the Pilots are on the board. Kirkman will be held up at second. Muncie didn't like his chances throwing out Whitley from third. So now with 2 down, the focus is on getting this man out, Jason Willers. Willers stepping in 0 for 1. And this one grounded back towards Cam Willman. On the run. And another runner will be left stranded in scoring position. 6-3 to retire Willers on a jam ground ball in the first pitch of the at-bat. Played 2.5. The Sabre Dogs still clutching to a 1-run lead. Souris Valley 2, Red River 1. And more baseball next in the bottom of the third on your home. First Sabre Dogs baseball. Welcome back to the Magic City. It is the 7th matchup in the unofficial Route 2 rivalry between the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs and the Red River Pilots. We've already seen some interesting things. The Sabre Dogs in the past 6 have taken 5 from these Red River Pilots. They last met on June the 3rd, where the Sabre Dogs fought back from behind for an 8-4 victory. Then they took 6 straight from the Trappers. 7 games strong. The Sabre Dogs have 1 in a row. They're on a hot streak here tonight. They got 2 against the pitcher Nate Scott in the first, but then retired in order, and already on the second pitch, the at-bat, Pelayo grounds one hard to short with a hard 90, but he won't make it in time. He's retired for out number 1. And here comes Hunter Delanoy. the guy who got things rolling for Souris Valley in the first. Doubled on a one-hop to the fence in right center. Let's see if Hunter can do it again here. Went 1 for 5 last night. Very consistent batter. Scott pitched very well against Delanoy the first time, but ever since then, Delanoy has been on a roll. Grounds this one back to second. In trouble. And back-to-back 4-3 putouts. Jared Kirkman getting his work put in defensively here in the third, and already 2 quick outs. Delanoy gets put away here, and we got Ben Neubert coming back up to the plate. Ben Neubert single to left in his first time up. Let's see if he can get something started here in his second at-bat with 2 away in the bottom of the third. It's a 1-0 count. The pitch from Scott, a curveball. Neubert tries to sit back on it. Hits it deep down the line in right field. But Carter Payne with the range for days. Once again, Nate Scott puts away these SaberDog hitters efficiently. Throwing just 6 pitches that inning. That's going to be tough. The SaberDogs quickly turning around and heading back to the fields. We'll take a look around the horn when we come back next. Souris Valley still leads 2-1 over Red River on your home for SaberDogs baseball.
With a stay at Minot's Comfort Inn and Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley SaberDogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete with great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn and Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris Valley SaberDogs.
Welcome back to the Magic City. Pretty often we hear some love for these SaberDogs from the passing trains. Always loud and exciting here at Corbett Fields when there's baseball in the Magic City. First pitch to the cleanup man, Jalen Lee. He will fight that one off. He flew out to straightaway rights with a runner stranded on third and 2 down in the top of this first inning. Gets around this one with a whack on the ground towards second, and Barlow has no problem to put him away for out number 1. Just 6 pitches Nate Scott threw in the bottom of the third. We're quickly moving along in this game. It's already the top of the 4th inning. One down, nobody on base for Tyler Wiltshire. As this one's hit down the line, and Chris Monroe. That's just the 3rd pitch of the inning for Jordan Ewig. Quickly, these batters, their aggressive approaches, they're hunting fastballs early, but they're batting themselves out. Just like that, Ewig through 3 pitches has his first 2 outs this inning. A check swing. They're saying he went around. No appeal needed. Strike 1 to Joey Hayden. And Ewig, not much of a rest there, and he is picking up right where he left off. Hayden hits this one well out to center field, but Luis Pelayo to catch it. So 6 pitches for Scott, and this time Ewig does it one better. He retires the Pilots in just 5 in the top of the 4th. We're playing this game in fast motion. We are already heading to the bottom of the 4th after just 40 minutes of play. Souris Valley still leads Red River 2-1. More baseball coming up next on your home for the Sabre Dogs.
We all protect what we love. It's instinct. We do everything we can to keep our loved ones safe, and they do everything to keep us safe. Seatbelts save lives. It's an indisputable fact, and buckling up is something we all can do.
Buckle up, Dad.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up. Every trip, every time. Brought to you by the North Dakota Department of Transportation through Vision Zero.
Welcome back to the Magic City, bottom of the fourth inning. And the Sabre Dogs still lead the Pilots 2-1. Update from Bancroft, it's the bottom of the third. And the Pierre Trappers currently on top of the Ragin' Roosters of North Iowa, 1-0. Broadcast not looking too bad from Bancroft. Be sure to subscribe to all of the teams and follow along as the home sites on their YouTube channels will hold the broadcast and the live streams all on YouTube. Well, we're on your home for Souris Valley Sabre Dogs baseball. It's 0-1. Monroe pops this one up. It'll stay in the infield, and Jared Kirkman puts away another Sabre Dog batter. The Sabre Dogs got off to a good start against Scott in the first, but since then, he's been putting them away with ease. One down, nobody on base for the jukebox hero himself, Jake Barlow. First pitch. Sharp fastball inside. Barlow keeps the hands in. That would have been, looked like it would have hurt if it got him. Ball one. Scott quickly back in the windup. Shows a slider that time, and it gets past the catcher Willers for ball two. So Jake Barlow, another fantastic season out of Delta State. More postseason accolades came his way. And he'll watch a fastball in the outer half, given a couple inches for strike one. 2-1 the counts. Barlow still looking for his pitch to hit. Scott trying to paint the corner. That time looks like it missed just outside the zone for ball three. And a 3-1 hitter's count for Barlow. The pitch. Fastball, and he'll reach for this one. Foul it off for strike two. Jake Barlow, .321 average this past spring. OPS over 1,000. And 13 home runs. Another great chapter in the Statesman's career. Swinging bunts, and it just rolls foul. Barlow draws a 7-pitch at-bat here in his second at-bat of the night. He had a sac fly earlier, adding to his RBI total. He's been on a tear lately. Homered in 3 straight games against the Trappers. Coach Kieran praising his ability to hit left-handed pitching. Says he does it better than nobody, but don't let that fool you. That's not to say he doesn't hit right-handed pitching either. He's perhaps the strongest 5'8" or 5'9" hitter you can find around. He'll walk as he takes that pitch low and away. We'll move along now to Dason Cruz. A left-handed batter hitting .333 so far on the summer. He's got 1 extra base hit. And he's still looking to break loose. He's 0 for 1 tonight. And he'll take the first pitch, ball one, low and inside. Now, Dason Cruz last week earned second-team honors to the ABCA Rawlings All-Region teams in NCAA Division II. on the Quincy Hawks baseball team. Grounds this one, fouled on the first base side. And the Hawks went 37-25. Another good year this past spring. Their season concluded at the NCAA Midwest Super Regional against the University of Illinois Springfield. Cruz, one of 3 all-region members for the Quincy Hawks. Slight pause in the play, and Cruz will quickly step back in the box here. 1-1 count. Man on first, 1 down. And the pitch, hit and run is on, and this one's roped into right field. Barlow comes racing around second. And that's, once again, another successful hit and run for the Sabre Dog offense. Coach Kieran's been implementing that more and more over the past few games. That's perfect. Barlow ran to second as if he were to steal it. And that draws Kirkman towards the bag, leaving a huge hole for Cruz to easily turn on a pitch and rocket it past him in rights. Now we go to Cody Muncie. Flew out to the fence in left his first time up. He'll take a first pitch strike. If he hits that same ball he did in the second, then he can get a job done extending the lead back to 2 for Souris Valley. It's an 0-1 count for Muncie. Scott from the stretch. Fastball, the hit and run back on, and he'll foul it straight back. Strike 2, Cruz will have to head back to first. Now Muncie battling with an 0-2 count. The Pilots with the 1 run in the third, that makes a big difference. Pressure's now on Souris Valley. Scott resets from the stretch against the .333 batter Cody Muncie. He's got an OPS right now of .905, 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. He scored 10 of himself. Third pitch of the at-bat. Rides the jock inside. They're going to cut off the throw to second, but Dason Cruz will be tagged out running all the way back to first. Walton will stand, kind of roll over him, but Willer's throw to second will still draw Barlow to the plate. So ball 1, misses inside on the pitch. Cruz will be tagged out. He got the job done. It's 1-2 still for Muncie. The base is empty now. He ropes this one towards the gap. That would have scored Barlow, but not bad. We will definitely take a hit to the gap with 2 down. Good piece of hitting there for Cody Muncie. Says he just loves to live oppo. It's his first hit of the game, and we move right along now to Seth Delgado. 0 for 1, taking a fastball outside for ball 1. Muncie and Delgado sharing nearly identical seasons statistical-wise. Muncie batting .397, Delgado .391. And together they both hit 30 home runs. Muncie again just edging Delgado 16-14. However, Delgado was unanimously voted to the All-KCAC first team. I think Muncie might have been 1 vote shy unanimous, but they were still both first team. And we're still both very happy to have them, 2 of the strongest hitters from Oklahoma Wesleyan, an NAIA powerhouse. It's 3-0 currently to Delgado. He is really taken nicely here to the Magic City, second on the average. But he's gotten on base nicely, too. He ropes this one into left. A pitch on the inner half. He gets the barrel out in front. Sends a screaming line drive into left. And that was on a 3-0 count. Delgado gets the green lights. And it's another base runner with 2 down. Men on first and second for Cameron Willman. Souris Valley able to extend their lead back to 2, 3-1 over Red River. So Will McGee here. He sees a pitch early he likes. It's a curveball. Gets just a piece of it. A good swing, but just missed. Kind of got tall there with it. 0-1 in the count now for Willman. Making his second appearance in North Dakota for summer ball. He was a Lark last summer in Bismarck. Hits this one down the line, and it just tails foul. Cameron Willman going inside out on a pitch. Sending it down the line in right. But it slices foul. A long strike two. And Willman, unfortunately, once again, going to have to bat with 2 strikes on him. He's behind the count 0-2. These clouds starting to get darker above us in Minot. The 0-2, Willman still battling here. Fouls off a pitch at the letters. So again, as I mentioned earlier, we were having some light rain chances. 60% currently once we hit the 8 o'clock hour. It's 7:24 Central Standard Time here in North Dakota currently. Muncie's heading to third, but it's strike 3 down the middle. And that's out number 3. As the Sabre Dogs scratch 1 run on the board off of 3 base hits, no pilot errors. And Scott throws 24 pitches in the 4th. Top of the 5th coming up at Souris Valley 3, Red River 1 on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
At Minot's Comfort Inn & Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete with great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn & Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. With a stay at
Protect
Minot's
what we love. It's instinct. We do everything we can to keep our loved ones safe, and they do everything to keep us safe. Seatbelts save lives. It's an indisputable fact, and buckling up is something we all can do.
Buckle up, Dad.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up. Every trip, every time. Brought to you by the North Dakota Department of Transportation through Vision Zero.
Welcome back to the Magic City. Mitch Kieran calling the action for you tonight alongside Justin Levy, our broadcast producer. Once again, doing a great job behind the scenes for the broadcast y'all are tuning into in the live stream. Jacob Fletcher on the PA. Keeping our Sabre Dog faithful hyped up here, as well as Ty Barrett and Drew Fiddler. Keeping the fun off the fields for all of our fans. Carter Payne, a pinch hitter for the hometown Minot State Beavers, steps in. Wasn't more of a pinch hitter role, but he's taken nicely so far to the summer. A .286 average for the Pilots. You'll watch a first pitch fastball from Jordan Ewig go by for strike 1. Ewig after 4 complete, 44 total pitches. Sure, he's still got plenty left in the tank. No Sabre Dog pitchers in the bullpen just yet. Souris Valley rocking the powder blue on white tonight. And the Pilots on the navy with gold trim in the gray pants. This one hit high and deep to center field. Palaio turns and runs and grabs it for out number 1. A well-hit ball on the 0-1 pitch. Payne might have just got under that one for out number 1. Aidan Mcgee will step in now. Had an 8-pitch at-bat and drew a full count walk. Already watches a fastball below the knees that time for ball 1. Now, I mentioned on Dogs Daily we may or may not see the debut from Marco Ozuna tonight. A very exciting relief pitcher to stack our already stacked bullpen. However, I do not believe he will be making his appearance tonight. The 1-1, it's a big swing and a miss from Mcgee. For those of you tuning in, I think you all are going to enjoy watching Marco Ozuna pitch. He was the 2022 ACCAC Pitcher of the Year Slider misses outside for ball 2. Ozuna, a 1.87 ERA. Through 63 innings pitched, struck out 100 batters, walked just 16. The 2-2. And Delgado will just get the mid on this one for ball 3. Our very own Ty Barrett's had the pleasure, or maybe for his hand the displeasure, of getting the first catching session done with Mr. Ozuna. Asked him how it went, and he said, with an ice pack on, it was 95. No doubt about that, it was 95, and no doubt about that pitch, a slider. Looking for strike 3. And Jordan Ewing retires another batter. That's out number 2. And we'll move right along now to Jared Kirkman, 1 for 1. Ewing through 17 batters so far has struck out 4, walked 1, given up 1 earned run, and just 3 pilot base hits so far. Offers a first pitch ball to Kirkman. His pitch roped back up the middle. And Barlow with the backhand. Not in time. An infield single after all, but I'm not sure Barlow had much of a play on it to begin. But I don't know. Bang, bang. Jake Barlow almost with another tremendous defensive play to get out number 3. And as you can see on the replay here, I don't know, that's close. Give a lot of credit to Jake Barlow for even making that as close as it was. That was fun. First pitch, a foul tip for Caleb Whitley. It's an 0-1 count currently, trying to get caught up in the stat book really quick. This one grounded back to Barlow, and there's no doubt about that one. Out number 3 to put away Whitley on the first pitch. Make that the second, actually. Ewing retires the Pilots in 4. After the top of the 5th, it's still Souris Valley 3, Red River 1. Sabre Dogs coming up to bat next. Welcome back to the Magic City, and trying once again, just because it was one heck of a play between Kirkman and Jake Barlow. A ball that kind of skips off the mound. It was hit very nicely. I think we were all just expecting Kirkman to go in safely. But Barlow still made this play out of it. Up the middle, on the slide, and the quick turn and the throw. I don't know. Looks close. I'll let y'all be the judge. It counted for an infield single, but the Pilots couldn't capitalize on it with 2 down. And the side was retired on the next pitch. 1-0 currently to Luis Pelayo, stepping in 0 for 2. That ball sailing outside. Looking for his first pitch to drive here. Chops this one high on a bounce. Jalen Lee reaching over the edge of the foul line and right. Trying to keep it fair, but Won't happen. It's strike one on the foul ball. 1-1 count. Nate Scott still going strong here for the Pilots. A pair of arms starting to get loose. Nothing immediate yet for Red River in relief as Palaio fouls off the third pitch of the at-bat. 2 strikes on him now, 1 ball. And Scott quickly back at the windup. The 4th offering. And Palaio goes reaching for that one. Gets a foul. Didn't want to be cheated. Anything close, as long as you can fend it off, you go right ahead and battle. I don't mind the swing on that pitch. The 1-2 Willers back up outside. Rope down the line and fair. Palaio is racing towards second. Kieran still waving him around the bag. Luis Palaio with the leadoff triple. Louie. Now Jason Willers, you can see him setting up on the outer half. This pitch, Palaio hits it perfectly. It's a fastball inside. Jalen Lee with a great dive, but didn't have the reach to get it. And he's showing off the wheels again. Louie with a triple. A good piece of hitting, and that brings up Hunter Delanoy with no outs and a man on third. So again, Hunter Delanoy, a very decorated player for Wayne State. The Warriors at the D2 level. He'll take the first pitch called strike one. Delanoy was just voted to his 3rd GLIAC first team all-conference team. And the National College Baseball Writers Association also voted Delanoy to the All-Midwest Region team. And he'll take the second pitch inside for ball 1. What a career for Delanoy at Wayne State. Was the 2019 Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Freshman of the Year, and he followed that up with 3 first-team all-conference appearances. He'll take ball 2 outside. The infield playing in on Delanoy. Don't think he'll bunt here. He's got a trusted bat. But they're going to try to knock down anything hit in front of them or on the ground. Ball 3 misses high for Scott. Trying to throw around the Sabre Dogs' top batter so far. By that, I mean the leader in batting average. He's got a hitter's count here, 3-1. Scott from the stretch. Swung on, hit deep to right field. It's carrying, and it's off the fence. Hunter Delanoy will bring home Luis Palaio. And it's another double for Delanoy. This time, cranks in the 4th run for the Sabre Dogs. You just cannot beat anything over the middle or in on the plate to Hunter Delanoy. Lives in right field, not just defensively, but with all of his batted balls as well. 4-1 currently for Souris Valley, and another dangerous hitter up to the plate, Ben Neubert. First pitch, Scott offers him another curveball called strike 1 on the outside corner. Neubert 1 for 2. He flew out deep to right field in his last time up. Get this one! Hits it to the gap. But he just didn't get all of it. Once again to the warning track. And Whitley will get a throw to Wiltshire at third. But Delanoy will now stand on third. I get really excited when those balls leave the bat like that. Carries nicely here on the all-turf Corbett Fields. But didn't get all of it. Cleanup batter steps in now with 1 down. Chris Monroe. With 1 down, man on third. The infield with the toes of their cleats still on the green of that turf in the infields. They're going to be on their bellies for anything on the ground. There's a big hole up the middle there for Monroe. You'll get a second pitch fastball for ball 2 upstairs. Again, Luis Palaio led things off as the leadoff hitter. Tripled down the line in rights. Delanoy brought him home with an RBI double. Neubert flew out to the warning track. The 2-0 currently to Monroe. Big swing and a miss. Curveball inside. On the 2-0 pitch. And Scott shows the off speed, and Monroe wanted all of it. The 2-1. Another curveball, this time missing upstairs for ball 3. Looked like it broke just fine from up here, but they're going to say up and out of the zone before it reached Willers. Still a hitter's count for Monroe. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Curveball hits this one high to straightaway left field. And this could be trouble. Hayden in shallow. He's going to come up throwing. Delanoy to the plate. Not in time. A sacrifice fly. Another good strike to the plate from Joey Hayden. But Hunter Delanoy, he trusted his legs. And he beats it out to give Chris Monroe the sac fly. It is now 6. No, actually make that 5-1, excuse me. The biggest lead of the night gets bigger for Souris Valley. We'll move right along to Jake Barlow. Still waiting for his first at-bat. He's walked a couple times already. Actually, no, he's walked and also had a sac fly. Stand corrected. There's a strike 1 of the outer half. A fastball. So again, Jake Barlow, first team All-South region by the College Baseball Writers Association of America. It's this one high to straightaway right fields. And Carter Payne has no problem getting to that one. Out number 3 after the towering fly ball to put away Barlow. But we'll give you the quick rundown here. 2-run score on 2 base hits. No errors and nobody left stranded. The Souris Valley Sabre Dogs stack another good inning offensively to make it 5-1 over the Red River Pilots. We'll be back with the top of the 6th after this on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Welcome back to Corbett Field for more Expedition League baseball between the defending champion Souris Valley Sabre Dogs and the expansion Red River Pilots in their first season. First pitch called, strike 1 for Jordan Ewig. Still no arms in the bullpen for Souris Valley. One right-hander, Garrick Schreiber, getting loose for Red River. 81 pitches thrown so far for Scott. This grounder, what a play! Jake Barlow deep in the hole. And Ewig, a foot race to the bag with Jack Walton. And he beats out the speedy shortstop. A 4-1 putout. What a play for Barlow. Also the hustle for Ewig to make that connection. Again, all of these guys met just 2 weeks ago, and they're to show them on the same page like that. It's incredible. With 1 out, we move along to Jason Willers, 0 for 2 tonight. A .353 hitter on the summer. One down, nobody on base. He'll watch the fastball paint the corner for strike one. So again, Jordan Ewig, that was just his 58th pitch thrown. The SaberDogs finally starting to figure out Nate Scott on the mound as he's up to 81. He might have another inning or two left in him. As this one will be a fly out to right field. Hunter Delanoy calls off Barlow and Monroe. Two away now quickly, and we move along to Jalen Lee. The top hitter so far, a .441 average through 9 games for Red River. Jalen Lee. Just see ball, hit ball, and he does it very well. Takes a big swing. Just gets the edge of the bat on that one. Caps it for a foul. So Lee, 34 at-bats so far, 15 hits, 6 doubles, and a team-high 10 RBIs. He's the lone pilot with double-digit runs batted in. The 0-1 swung on, gets another foul tip. So Red River started off their season 1-5 after 2 series with the Souris Valley SaberDogs. They then met for the first time the North Iowa Ragin' Roosters. Were able to take 2 from them. A 14-3 game that ended in 7 innings. Then a much closer affair, 10-9. But then their 6th loss in the year came this past Sunday, 8-14 now. Red River and North Iowa have not played since then, so they got plenty of time off. First game since Sunday for both of those teams. As this one gets popped up towards Cam Willman. And the side is retired in order for the Pilots in the 6th. Here come the SaberDogs after a quick frame with a 5-1 lead over the Pilots. More baseball next on your home for the SaberDogs.
Inn and Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley SaberDogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete with great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn and Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris Valley SaberDogs. With a stay at Minot's...
Welcome back to the Magic City. Garrig Schreiber comes into the game for the Red River Pilots. So 81 pitches will be the final pitch count thrown tonight for Nate Scott. So he does come out of the game after 5 completes. Gave up 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walked batter, struck out 3. Did manage to leave 3 runners stranded for the SaberDogs. But not the night he was hoping for, I believe. Instead, he sends in his fellow Houston Texan, I believe, also his close friend, Garrig Schreiber. So strike 1 gets past Dason Cruz, and now we're going to see some rain definitely start to come down here in the Magic City. Hoping our first base cam will be safe. And it's coming down pretty heavy now. We had 80% chances, but there's a 100% chance of it at the moment, as you can see. Third pitch, the at-bat. Strike. Actually, no, that's ball 2. Won't harm the field none, but yeah, they're going to send him in. So we are going to be under a rain delay. The defense and the coaches are going to be racing in. Won't harm the field none except for the warning track and along the sides of the field with the dirt. All turf this will do for Corbett, but we're going to definitely try to work on getting our cameras set up, covered up and from the rain, the ones that are exposed. But in the meantime, don't go anywhere. We are still currently in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 2-1 count, nobody on, nobody out. And the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs still lead 5-1. We'll be in a rain delay, so sit tight. Welcome back to the Magic City, everybody. Not much of a rain delay as, on this all-turf field, they could definitely take it. I think it was just the matter of severity in just no time that rain started coming down. You could tell the field's glistening a little bit, a little more shiny out there. And definitely the dirt perimeter, you can notice it. So we are at a 2-1 count where we left off with Dason Cruz. That pitch misses outside for ball 3. That rain delay lasting a matter of 4 minutes. So again, just more of a slight pause in the game. Garrick Schreiber still the new pitcher as this one gets bounced off the plate. It could be trouble. And Dason Cruz with an infield single sliding first. Sliding into first base. It's an infield single for Dason Cruz. Nobody able to cover that base. That's the 9th base hit of the game for the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. We got Cody Muncy stepping in now, 1 for 2. Singled the left center his last time up, and he'll take this pitch outside for ball 1. So good hustle for Cruz. The head-first slide in certain situations pays off, especially with bang-bang plays. Many people vote against it. I've seen it work more times than not. Paid off for Cruz there, paid off for me, as well as Coach Kieran, and probably more than one occasion. So Cruz goes to it, and it works for him as Schreiber's pickoff attempt is not in time for Cruz at first. It's 0-2 currently in the count. Another pick to Cruz. I don't think he's going anywhere. Muncy the batter. And a modest lead that time. Cruz just takes one step. The crowd definitely wanting a pitch to the plate. Here's the 0-2 to Muncy. Ropes this one down the line. Fair! A fair ball down the line from Muncy as he rounds first. Cruz is going to be waved home. Coach Kieran jumping up. And Cruz will easily come home to score an RBI double for the big man, Cody Muncy. A good piece of hitting. Check out the hustle from Cruz here. I don't think you'll see it in the frame, but Coach Kieran turns his right arm into a windmill, and he's literally hopping, saying, go home. And now it's 6-1 for the Sabre Dogs. More times than not, the Sabre Dogs have been on the right side of the foul lines tonight. Especially that time, Muncy down the line and fair all the way to the corner of right field between the fences where they meet. And he has another run batted in. We move to Seth Delgado now. Schreiber gets this pitch. Rockets it to deep left field. It's down. And it's a ground rule double for Seth Delgado. Muncy will score. So again, Schreiber relying on the movement of his pitches. That time hung up in the zone, and Delgado, anything middle in. These Sabre Dog batters will just pull on the ball on a moment's notice. Not a chance for Hayden to get to that one. It's back-to-back doubles. And it's now 7-1. Souris Valley leads. First pitch to Willman. Back up the middle. And into center. Willman's finally going to have his first hit of the game. And they're waving Delgado around third. An RBI single for Cameron Willman. And on the first pitch of the at-bat, all it takes is one. And Willman back in this game. 8-1 now for Souris Valley. They have once again struck fire. First pitch to Palayo. Reaches forward, fouls it away. Strike one. A 2 spot in the first. Then Nate Scott settled in and started to take control of innings 2 and 3. But the Sabre Dogs slowly but surely fought back. 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and now 3 in the 6th, and this could be more. Palaio gets to the gap in left center. Cameron Willman shows off the wheels, and he will score from first. An RBI double for Louie. A great piece of hitting. It just keeps tailing away from Whitley. It was hit up the middle, but then it slices to the gap and gets all the way to the fence. 9-1 currently. We'll move right along now to Hunter Delanoy. We got another right-hander warming up for Red River. As Schreiber having a tough time here, still no outs and already a 4 spot here in the bottom of the 6th. Delanoy, 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. Bit of a 2-seamer. And it's called strike 1. And Dacian Cruz led this one off. 4 base hits. Actually, that could be 5. Delanoy will foul this one away. 5 consecutive hits this inning alone for the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. Still no outs. Palaio's in scoring position. Obviously a threat with his speed in the leadoff role. And Delanoy quickly turning into the most effective hitter for the Sabre Dogs. Or one of. The 0-2. Takes it low for ball 1. Pitch coming in at the knees, but then just continued to break. Missing for ball 1. Palaio leading off at second. Nobody holding him on at the moment. And Schreiber will reset. 4th pitch of the at-bat. Delanoy hits this one in the air the other way. Hayden will get to that one with no problem. And finally, Schreiber has his first out. Delanoy goes down. He's 2 for 4 on the night so far, and we got Ben Neubert. We've already seen a handful of times this summer. We'll tally them up here really quick for you. That's the Sabre Dogs have ended games early. The 10-run rule in effect after 7 innings. The hitter, Ben Neubert, stands as the run that will get them to a lead of 10. He'll take the first pitch called, strike 1 of the outer half. A fastball that runs away from him. Five of the 11 wins for the Sabre Dogs have ended in 7 innings. There's a big swing and a miss, as that pitch just drops out of the reach of Ben Neubert. And now he's got to battle up here with 2 strikes. Got to protect here. Willers going to shade outside and gets Neubert swinging through off speed for strike 3. A tough break there for Neubert, as he'll be retired for out number 2. But still another opportunity to keep adding to a 4-run 6th inning here. Chris Monroe, 1 for 2. And he's got a run batted in already. First pitch. Monroe grounds this one to Tyler Wiltshire. The throw to first, no problem for him, and that will do it for the Sabre Dogs. After the 6th, we'll get you the rundown on the big inning here. In the 6th, the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs quickly get on the scoreboard. 4 runs on 5 straight base hits, and a tough 21-pitch inning for Garrick Schreiber. Coming up for the Pilots, Wiltshire, Hayden, and Payne. Souris Valley currently leading Red River into the 7th, 9-1 on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Welcome back to the Magic City. Jordan Ewig back out there after plenty of rest. We're having plenty of fun here at Corbett Fields. A promotion for Vision Zero. Beer goggles out there and a healthy reminder for why you need to drive safely. It will impair your ability to play kickball. But in all seriousness, please drive responsibly. Wiltshire, Hayden, and Payne stepping in for the Red River Pilots. Again, the Sabre Dogs with runs in 3 consecutive innings. That bottom of the 6th, their most impressive offensively yet. 4 runs on 5 base hits. Dason Cruz got it started with a hard 90. Once again, kids, giving a great example for why you run out every play. A ground ball to the first baseman, and he still got a single out of it. And from there, 4 runs followed. The beer batter Tyler Wiltshire steps in as this one, he hits it high and deep to center field. And Luis Palayo in the alleyway makes the grab for out number 1 of the first pitch. You take away the rain delay that lasted a whopping 4 minutes, and we have been playing pretty quickly here. Top of the 7th inning, we've only been playing about an hour and a half of baseball. And once again, the 7th matchup between Red River and Souris Valley. Still, the Sabre Dogs in the driver's seats. Good pitch on the first to Hayden. Just outside for ball 1. Ewig, second pitch slider, ball 2. Still nobody warming up for the Sabre Dogs. The Pilots could be looking at their 3rd pitcher of the night here. They got another righty warming up. Hayden turns on this one, but Delanoy races back a few feet in front of the warning track to record the flyout. So that could be trouble for Red River in this series. This is the first of 4 straight games for the Pilots at Corbett Fields. And they might already be through 2 pitchers. Might not have seen the last of Schreiber, but Scotts, you might have to wait a little bit for his next start. Ewig after the 1-0 gets strike 1 on the foul to Carter Payne. That one rolling down the top of the grandstand. So for Red River, they're here for 4 games. They'll be off on Tuesday. And then back on the road to Pier at Hyde Stadium to take on the Trappers for a 2-game set next Wednesday and Thursday. Then they'll stay in South Dakota, and it's going to be a 3-game stretch for all 4 of our teams in Sioux Falls. The Pilots and Sabre Dogs will meet 1 week from today at Sioux Falls. Then on Saturday, the Sabre Dogs will be taking on the Pier Trappers again. Then on Sunday the 19th, that'll be Souris Valley in North Iowa. This one's hit high and deep to left field, and it is gone! Cody Muncie, no choice but to watch that one sail out of here. Carter Payne with a solo bomb. The home run for Carter Payne gives a little bit of life for Red River. They got plenty of room to catch up, though. Still 2 away here for Red River. I still have a 9-2 score for the Pilots. And yeah, there we go. The scoreboard is correct now. The first run of the game for the Pilots since inning number 3. Let's see if they could stack here, get a 2-out rally following the solo home run from Payne. Mcgee swings through a fastball inside for strike 1. The 0-1. Up and in called for ball 1. Mcgee gets his arms out of the way. Once again, Aidan Mcgee from West Des Moines, Iowa. Rockets a line drive. Dason Cruz. No problem there, just throws the glove up and comes down with the ball for out number 3. A great play for Cruz. What I thought would have been a straightaway single to left. But he makes the stretch, and so will everybody else here. heading into the bottom of the seventh. The seventh inning stretch and already a new pitcher for the Red River Pilots. We'll be back to the bottom of the seventh. Sabre Dogs lead the Pilots 9-2. So we have a new pitcher once again in the game for Red River. It's a freshman hailing from Lake in the Hills, Illinois, in Huntley High School. A Kishwaukee Cougar, Colin Quandi, a right-hander, making an appearance as the third pitcher of the game for the Pilots. We'll take a look at his summer numbers so far. Quandi, 3 1/3 innings pitched so far. This is his third appearance. Already is charged a loss on the summer. Perhaps it came from North Iowa. Quandi has 3 earned runs against him. No strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit batter, and an ERA currently standing at 8.1. The rain's falling back down now as Jake Barlow set to lead things off here in the bottom of the seventh. Chops a grounder towards Wiltshire on the run, and that throw's going to sail past Jalen Lee. Barlow rounding second, heading to third. The throw across the field, just not in time. A slide would have been nice. That was a close call. Wow. Either Kirkman or Payne got the throw across the diamond. Barlow thought he had a clean play. Wiltshire might have sold it as if there wasn't a throw. If a split hair sooner he got that tag, that could have been a long out number 1. But it's going to be an E5 on the throw. And Barlow will go all the way to third base. So Dayson Cruz now 2 for 3. 1-0, and this pitch will skip to the plate for Willers. He'll knock it down in front. Cruz might have just dodged that one. This ball 2 misses. So again, Colin Quandi, another dual player out of Kishwaukee. In 3 games, he does have a batting average of 1,000. 3 runs scored. So quite an athlete. Cruz hits this one high to straightaway left field, as Hayden will camp underneath that one, and Barlow will come home to score. So a sacrifice fly for Dayson Cruz as he continues to make himself at home in Minot. And they'll trade it out for their 10th run of the game. Souris Valley once again leads by 8, 10-2. Cody Muncie steps up to the plate. Nobody on, 1 down. And they're giving him a pull shift as Jack Walton shading just past the bag at second. Little does he know, though, Muncie lives for pitches to hit the other way. The 0-1 Quandi with a fastball, and Muncie will foul this one straight back. A called strike and a foul ball, and it's 0-2 for Muncie. See what he does here. The big man out of Oklahoma Wesleyan, stepping in 2 for 3. A good night offensively in Red Oak, Oklahoma. Voted as an All-American last week, so that makes Cody Muncie a 2-time NAIA All-American. A perennial powerhouse hitter at that level. The 1-2. Turns on. They're going to say he went. A check swing. And strike 3 to put away Cody Muncie. 2 down now in the bottom of the 7th. And we've got Seth Delgado now up to the dish. 2 for 3 himself. One run batted in for Delgado. Wheeler sets up outside, turns on this one, and hits it to the moon! Seth Delgado! A big blast for the other Eagle. And that's Delgado's second home run on the summer. And the batting gloves are paying off for him. Gives next to Coach K, and he'll touch them all. His first home run on the summer went the other way, and his second. No doubt about that one. I did not see it land, so it might quite possibly have gone to the moon. Flips the bat aside, and he knew all day that one was out of here. What a shot from Delgado. We might have to hear his thoughts after the game on that one. Makes it an 11-2 contest. Cam Willman back up to the plates. Finally got his first knock of the game, his last time up. And also his 7th RBI. So he's doing his job creating runs. Also playing some stout defense in the middle infield. He's at shortstop tonight. Turns on this one! And it's just foul. And in play. Check out the hustle on Tyler Wiltshire. You can see that on your viewing screens now. He went all the way. He might have been closer to it than the left fielder, Joey Hayden himself. On the 1-0 pitch, he sends one foul and a long strike 1. I got a little excited on that one, I'll admit, but if the results looked as good as it did on the bat, Willman could have walked it off for the 10-run rule. 1-1 pitch. Willers set up over the heart of the plate. This one will skip outside towards Pelayo on deck. Ball 2. So again, Cam Willman, a good hitter out of New Mexico, 310. Found himself often either at the 1 or 2 spot in their lineup. And a fastball, a good frame from Willers, brings it back inside. A fastball off the plate for strike 2. But Cameron Willman, see what he does here. Deuces across the scoreboard. The 5th pitch of the at-bat, Willman grounds this one to Jack Walton. The backhand, quickly with the throw, in time for out number 3. And the Sabre Dogs, another nice inning, a 2-spot. And they extend the lead back to 11-2 over the Red River Pilots. Top of the 8th coming your way next on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Welcome back to the Magic City, folks. Coming at you live from the First Western Bank and Trust broadcasting booth. As you see now, Coach Hollum talking things over with our field umpires tonight. So, from our vantage point, couldn't see lightning in the distance, but indeed there was. So most of the players have retreated to the clubhouses, lightning in the vicinity of Corbett Fields. Now we've already played 7 completes. We could at least be looking at a 25-minute delay here in the action. 2 more innings to go. As we're going to see just what we're going to decide on this one. We'll try to keep you up to date. Be sure to follow us on our social medias at SV SaberDogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Likely we're going to be sending out a tweet as well to keep you up to date. But we're going to be under a short delay, probably around 25 minutes. Unless you hear otherwise, we should probably be returning around 8:45 to resume this game and quickly get to the end of it. Top of the 8th. No action yet in the inning. Jordan Ewig was set to get back out on the mound, potentially going for a complete game as he still just has 72 pitches, plenty left in the tank. But again, we are under a lightning delay. So be sure to, if you're here at Corbett Field, get some shelter, obviously, or you just hang out underneath the grandstand. But we're going to put a pause on the broadcast. We're going to keep it live. If we come back, we'll let you know and any updates, as well as send out some on our social media, so be sure to follow along. But also stay tuned. Scoreboard still reads Souris Valley 11, Red River 2. It will be entering the lightning delay now, perhaps back in about 25 minutes. So stay tuned. Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome back. Coming at you live from Corbett Fields from Minot, North Dakota. Mitch Kieran along with you, passing along the information. We are in the middle of a thunderstorm, so a lightning strike about 10 minutes ago, rather maybe 10 to 15 minutes ago, put a pause on the game right after the conclusion of the 7th inning. So a lightning delay has pushed back play for another 20 minutes. That means the next pitch in the start of the 8th inning, the game will resume at 8:56 as it's currently slated. Thank you for those of you staying along. But if another lightning strikes, then they'll call the game, as Souris Valley currently leading 11-2 over the Red River Pilots. So again, play should resume by 8:56, unless there is another lightning strike. Should we be looking at one more strike of lightning, then the game will conclude, and we should resume back here tomorrow at Corbett Field. So again, this is the first of a 4-game stay for the Red River Pilots at Corbett Fields, the home of your Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, sitting in first place, the defending champions with an overall record of 11-1. Red River at 3-6. The Sabre Dogs looking for their 8th straight victory on the season. So we're going to wait another 19 minutes, 8:56. And if this broadcast is still up on the air by then we will try to finish this game for the last 2 innings. But if any lightning strikes before then in the midst of this pretty mild thunderstorm currently, then we'll call the game and we'll let you know. Be sure to follow along at Twitter and our other social media handles at SV SaberDogs, and we'll let you know if anything changes. But we'll now return to the lightning delay for another 18 minutes, and we'll potentially be seeing you again at 8:56. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Corbett Field, everybody. So, once again, as we make these delays in the game, another thing occurs after another. So, another lightning strike has occurred, and that is the ball game. Your final score will be Souris Valley 11, Red River 2. So, we will be looking at a post-game show. Try to get Jordan Ewig's attention, talk to him. I'd like to talk to him and Seth Delgado in our post-game, and as well as Coach Kieran if he gets up here. But we're going to try to bring you a post-game show live from the First Western Bank and Trust broadcasting booth and put the nail in the coffin on this one. Final after 7. Souris Valley wins 8 in a row, and the Sabre Dogs are 12-1 after an 11-2 defeat of the Red River Pirates. Stay tuned for the post-game show next on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. All right, and as you were also mentioning, Mr. Seth Delgado, you guys definitely control the pace as well, and both him and Dustin have received a lot of acclaim from the pitchers catching. What do you like about him behind the dish, calling the pitches for you?
I love both of them. Seth's good behind the dish. He knows what I throw. He loves that curveball, and I love throwing it to him. He does a good job receiving well.
Absolutely. So, Jordan, you definitely had quite made yourself at home here in Minot this summer. Already your third win on the summer. And we definitely love having you pitch. Definitely a commander out there, and you know how to control the pace of the game. So, what are you kind of hoping for, as this summer carries on by the next time we see you?
I'm hoping next outing we just get ahead more, throw more first pitch strikes, hopefully get weaker contact. That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, there we go. Jordan, 3-0. You've been perfect on the summer so far. So, once again, thank you for leading us to victory tonight. And, once again, congrats on a great game.
Thank you.
All right, so that'll do it for us here in the post game with Mr. Jordan Ewig, our winning pitcher. And now Well, welcome onto the show, Mr. Seth Delgado. And Seth, finally you got some pitches to swing at tonight. Another great game offensively, 3 for 4 at the dish, including 2 runs batted in and a solo shot. Now, I didn't see that thing land. Did you kind of have an idea that thing was gone right away?
Yeah, it's one of those ones that off the bat you just know it. And it was a great sound, great feel. So you got to be thankful for those ones because they don't come too often, honestly. Baseball's hard.
Yeah, let's talk about the game defensively as well. In the zone, 3 for 4, as I said, but you're leading the team by a wide margin of hit by pitches. We know you've kind of battled a little bit of some soreness issues heading into this game. How are you able to get through that one with Jordan on the bump?
It makes it really easy when your pitchers throw strikes. So that's always a start. He gets in there, he pounds the zone, quick innings, gets quick outs. So when the game goes like that, it's that you don't really think about your body at the time. You're kind of locked into the game. So it's a good feel when he's on the mound.
And said, now definitely this isn't just a once in a while occurrence at the plate. You've actually had quite a summer here, a .438 average coming into this game. That's only gotten better after this performance. But also, we love having you around both in the field at the plate and, of course, in the clubhouse. What are you kind of hoping for to see from this summer moving forward, and what are you kind of hoping will pan out?
Honestly, I'm not really result-oriented, just kind of enjoying the ride, taking it day by day, and just focusing on what I can control, and just staying in the moment is the key. So just move on from this and just enjoy the night with the guys and come out tomorrow and get another one.
That's right, a new day tomorrow, and still another win for the Sabre Dogs, 12-1 on the summer, and you were a big reason for that 8th straight win tonight. So Seth, once again, congrats on a great game.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, I don't see Coach K, so this might have to be the first time we are without our skipper in his 8th straight win, but I definitely see his wife Caitlin and son Maddox made it to the game tonight. Got cut off a little early, but that means more family time. So that's probably going to do it for us here in the First Western Bank and Trust broadcasting booth. I want to thank my broadcasting partner and producer, Justin Levy, doing a great job as always behind the scenes, keeping us up on the air and keeping the visuals flowing and keeping the focus on the action of the baseball game, of course. I want to thank Jacob Fletcher as well for all of our Sabre Dog faithful getting amped up. They can credit him on the PA mic. For Ty Barrett and Drew Fiddler for all the fun off the field, not just on it. And, of course, our very own Kobe Brault for bringing us here in the first place to have some fun with our Sabre Dogs, who are now 12-1 on the summer. Once again, final score, Souris Valley 11, Red River 2, and we'll be right back here tomorrow night for Saturday Night Baseball starting at 6:35 at Corbett Field. Until then, I'm Mitch Kieran. Thank you for tuning into the broadcast. We'll see you again tomorrow night. Have a great evening.